There we are. Hey, it says we're live. Good evening, everybody. Hey, Teresa, you must have had your finger on the button. Hello, how are you? So good to see everybody this evening. Miss ZD, welcome. Y'all over on, let's see, Teresa's on Twitter. Miss ZD, are you on Haps? Fort Worth, Keith Mulholland. Facebook user. Hello, everyone, said Keith Mulholland. Just taking a moment here just to greet everybody and to share the comments. Thank you so much for joining. I've been wanting to do this for days because Wilbur, Victor Martinez, could we be live by any chance? We are live, and we're streaming live from Amarillo, Texas, Asheville, Alabama. Welcome. Hey, I have good friends in Alabama. Years ago, used to preach revivals in Alabama, Mississippi, Florida, Georgia, North and South Carolina, Gulfport, Bannerman. Welcome. All of my good folks are here. I'm going to invite some folks here in a minute. So if you want to come up and I'll let you know if you get an invitation. You can join if you wish, because we're going to talk about some other things. But I've been wanting to do this for a few days because, especially the day that Wilbur passed away, was a kind of a cold, windy day, and it wasn't very nice. And I had kind of sort of suspected that he may not survive the winter. And it was, pretty cold that day. So I went out to check on him that morning, and I always go in the pen and make sure that he'll move if I call him or shake him or something. And that day he didn't. And so we went in and told Samantha about it. And of course, Wilbur is legendary. If you don't know about Wilbur, Wilbur was a what was he, 14? 15. 15-year-old potbellied pig that we've had here since he was just a little baby piglet. And Samantha would get him in bed with her, rock him like a baby and wrap him up, put him in her purse. She took him shopping, did all kinds of things. And we shared all of those things on Periscope. And it was, Wilbur became actually world famous. And I want to say that Wilbur, thank you, Miss ZD, for that Super Heart Award. I want to say thank you. But Wilbur got more views on Periscope than I ever did. There was one broadcast we did with Wilbur that 2,572 people joined that broadcast of Wilbur. Thank you, Keith, for the Super Heart. Bless y'all. Thank you so much. But Wilbur was world famous. He was known in almost every nation of the earth where, they could do Periscope. And so Tom the Turkey, well, Tom the Turkey was Zachariah, not Tom. Zachariah also has went into gobbling the kingdom. He also succumbed to the winter weather. And yeah. And today we had one of our tiniest Chihuahuas passed away. Yeah, Zach is gone. Wilbur is gone, and Rocket. And I always called him the Rocket Man. But he passed away today. And of course, Samantha is quite saddened. So just keep Samantha in your prayers as you think about her. Yeah, Keith was acquainted with them all in person. Camney Ray, doing very good. Thank you for joining. We're talking about the legendary Wilbur, Potbellied Pig, passed away 14 years ago, 14 years old, and just passed away a few days ago. And so, but once again, he procured more views on Periscope than I ever did. Like I said, it was 2,572 views. And the only time I ever came close to that was in 2015, December, well, actually September, October of 2015 was when I did a consistent morning scope called Sunrise Prayer. And that was when we prayed for Donald Trump to win the election of 2016. And during one of those broadcasts, I had 2,149 viewers come into that time of prayer. So Wilbur surpassed anything that I was ever able to do. And so just wanted to let those that knew him that he was no longer around. Now, I didn't do any scopes with him in the last month or so because he was just pretty skinny and didn't look good. But we constantly tried to put meat on his bones, and no matter what we did, he just wouldn't gain weight. So we miss him. And we thank all of you for your friendship and for your relationship, not only with ourselves, but with our animals. And so, Keith, would you like to come up? Bannerman, are you still here? All right, Keith. Bannerman, are you still here? Just a second here. Okay, Keith, you should see the invitation in your notifications whenever you get on your laptop. Victor, I know you don't scope much, but would you like to come up? Miss Camney Ray, if you're still here, would you like to come up and join the conversation? We're going to go somewhere besides Wilbur. Okay, Victor's still working. Okay, my friend. All right, let's see who else is here. I think some of them already left. They heard what they wanted to, and okay, some of the others. Ms. Edie, you're not a scoper, but you want to come in and join the conversation? All right, we're waiting on Keith to come in. And while Keith is on his way in, let me just say one more time, thank you so very much for joining this broadcast. And thank you for the Super Hearts and the Howdy Do Awards. Thank you so very kindly. I want to say welcome to all of you that are joined together here that aren't in the chat room. I want to just let you know that you are appreciated and that you are, okay, Ms. ZD is about to eat dinner. Okay. All right. So we're waiting on Keith to come on in. Now, Ms. ZD is a very special internet type person who helps watch after the good chat rooms over in Periscope on the hey, Strawberry Fields. Welcome over on Periscope. She's one of my chat monitors and is just absolutely on the job, not only there, but many other places around the world. And so Miss ZD deserves all of our prayers and our thanks for her work in the kingdom of God. Just a little bit of a pat on her back. She deserves it. All right, waiting for Keith to come up. Strawberry Fields, want to say, hey, welcome over there on Twitter. Now we're broadcasting to Periscope, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and what did I forget? There's 5 of them. Here's Keith. All right, brother. Let's see here. Let me work this here a little bit different. Let me see if I can get you in a different place. I'm not sure how all this works. Yeah, that'll make him bigger. All right. Oh, let's see. What am I doing? Sharing my screen somehow or another? Let's see what's going on. Oh, this is what I need to do. Okay, now I got rid of that. All right.
I can't hear you. Can you hear me?
I got to figure this out. All right. Can you hear me, Keith? Hello from St. John. Hello, Indy. There we go. Now I got him on top. That's where I wanted him. Keith, can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me? Let me put that in. I heard that.
I can hear you.
I hear you now.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I think we got you. All right, keep talking there so we know we got you.
Is it delayed?
Yeah, it's quite a delay. Must be quite a delay. Inday, would you like to come up?
How's that?
Hey, that's better. So are you still using your old
Can you
laptop?
hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Good.
I can hear you good, but there is a big delay. Yeah.
I don't know what's happening here, but it seems like having a sound issue.
Okay. Well, that's a whole lot better. Okay. I think the lag is closing.
That should fix it. How's that?
Yeah, that's really good. That's good. Okay.
Okay. Awesome.
All right. Now, I don't know how prepared you are because you just got off work not long ago. And
Yes, sir.
I didn't have time this morning. I used the whole hour of time this morning talking about Bible prophecy and was not able to get over on the part of viral immunity and just general natural health. And so I'd like to spend, a few minutes talking about some of the things that we have discovered that helps the human body become viral resistant. Now, we are in a time, of course, when everybody is very concerned about becoming sick, becoming infected, uh, taking all of the mandated scientific measures, but hospitals are still being filled with those that are infected, mask, no mask, vaccine, no vaccine. Uh, this is something that we ourselves are going to have to do if we want to stay basically in a position to where this virus stays it on its own territory. So, okay, we got you back.
Sorry about that. My fault.
Yeah, okay. Um, now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start out with a little bit, and that'll give you time to think a little bit. But I do want to ask a question, and so you might think about these things. Now,
Okay.
when we do, or anybody does, or begins, and let me put it that way, natural, holistic measures to accomplish anything, whether they're trying to overcome something they already have or uh, something that they are exposed to. I'm going to ask you a question. You'll be thinking about this. What is the first thing that a person should do before they start uh, taking anything that they may discover on the internet or somebody recommends? What is the very first thing that we should do? And while you're mulling that over a little bit, let me
Well,
say
yeah.
this.
Give me 1 second. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I'll be right back. I hear you and I can talk.
Okay. Now, when we talk about getting resistant to viruses, and especially COVID-19, because of the bad media propaganda and because of the bad science that we have presented to us, so many people don't do the research to find what the real truth is. And so, as 5G started to be talked about a couple of years ago, I began to do deep research on how to protect my body, my family from 5G EMF. And I began to run into a bunch of things that were crazy. I mean, I began to run into things that a person could do that could literally bring their cellular structure of their body to be resistant to viral infection. And I began to share those things, and folk call me called me, told me I'd been in the sun too long, asked me what I'd been smoking, what brand was I drinking. No sound. What happened to the sound?
Strawberry Fields, can you hear us?
Can you hear me, Keith?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Over on Twitter, they say no sound. May need to have to
Twitter don't like
go.
us.
May well, no, that's Strawberry. She likes us.
No, I'm talking
Sound is
about
good.
Twitter.
Yeah, Twitter probably don't like us. You got that right.
Uh-uh.
I mean, they have blacked out the president. They have blacked
Oh,
out
he's done.
Donald Trump. Yeah.
Yeah,
Freezing a lot.
they-
Okay, that is, I think that's something that is Twitter. I think Twitter is the problem there.
I believe. Yeah, I believe Haps is also having some issues with the freezing on cell phones and stuff.
Yeah, cell phones. Yeah. Now I'm on the CP.
Yeah, that's why I went to the laptop.
And so, okay, so I found these things, and I began to share them, and people started telling me I was crazy and that that stuff don't work, and so Twitter is froze. So go out, and come back in. That restart, and so it's not on our end. So I began to do these things and began to find out things and started to uh, do what I could economically stand. And where I was in my ability to do things economically was zero. I mean, I had nothing. Don't have money, don't even know how to spell money. So I think I think that's a Twitter issue because Haps is not froze. Ms. ZD is not froze. So I want to share some of those today. And the first one that I ran into was a chlorophyll and a TSP mixture. Now, TSP is a cleaning soap, and chlorophyll and TSP, as I began to take it, I began to experience some extremely wonderful things with my skin. First of all, the skin on the back of my hands are so thin that I just tap anything and I start bleeding. Well, that quit. And then I had these little floaty black things in my vision. I think the optometrists call them floaties, and they just went away. And so I began to experience the wonders of those good things. And so I said, hey, I'm going to search this out further. So, but I didn't do what I think Keith is going to tell us. And so Keith, I'm going to turn it over to you. What is the first thing a person ought to do whenever we decide we want to start something holistically?
Okay. One, before we get into that, the TSP, just to let people know, is trisodium phosphate. They use it to do certain things, cleaning and stuff like that. And it's actually just 3 salts, if you think about it and do the research on it, which I say is the first thing to do on anything and everything you're going to take. Do as much research on it as you can. That's what you and I have done with everything we've ever taken. It took me a whole year to actually purchase CMOS because I didn't want to be spending money on something that I knew nothing about and wanted to know the side effects and things like that. So yeah, that TSP and chlorophyll is some great stuff. If you want to take a look into that, it did some amazing things for me within a week and a half. My joints felt great. My alkalinity rose, which that gets it to rise extremely fast. So it's a great thing to have and take every once in a while with whatever else you're taking vitamin wise.
Say something about alkalinity.
Well, alkalinity is something your body needs to be at a certain level. Your pH levels have to be a certain number. They say 7.2 is your ideal number for that level. It depends on who you talk to. Some say 7.5.
Okay, are you back?
I'm back.
Okay,
Everything, everything just lost that.
yeah, we lost you there
That
for a
wasn't
second.
me this time.
Okay. Um,
Yeah, alkalinity is the pH level in your body, and like I said, depending on who you talk to, 7.2 or 7.5 is the ideal um, pH level for alkaline in your body. And I've been doing some research with that. If you keep your pH balance at those levels, you have your cells become oxygenated, and no disease or sickness can survive in an oxygenated cell. Is what I've found to be what this does.
that is correct.
So um, that's why I went into started doing the research with Dr. Sebi. That's how I found out about CMOS, because that's where it started, was alkaline foods. So yeah, if you just stay away from alkaline water, um,
Yes, indeed.
doesn't do anything. Doesn't do anything. It does not raise your alkalinity whatsoever. It's just another one of the fads they have out now. Um, According to the guys I researched, Dr. Sebi, Dr. Robert Morse, there's another guy that's continuing Dr. Sebi's work, Professor Spira. There's a guy named of Arnold Eret that has been known, um, actually one of the main guys who started the mucusless diet, and has to do with alkaline in your body, way back in the 30s. Um, so those are just some guys you can look into and research and listen to what they have to say about eating fruits and vegetables, and getting your body detoxed and mucus free, and you'll see great results. I guarantee you.
Amen. That's right. But there's something that every person, a lot of people, they get uh, ready to do something. They get excited about something that a friend tells them about, or they
Right.
learn about something, they get all excited about it, and they
Yes.
run off and start doing it without doing, like you say, without doing their own research, without
Yes.
finding out the facts, without finding out the pros and cons, because everything has good and everything has bad. And so, hello,
Absolutely.
Terry. Hello, Terry Jameson.
Terry, good to see you.
And but there's something else, and this is the very first thing that any person should do before they start any kind of a regimen of natural supplements, whether you buy them from a store, whether you make your own, or whatever you do. Fast. Go on a 3-day fast and detox.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Yes.
the body
Detox the
needs to
calmer.
detox. Now, one of the best that I've found, now let me make this clear. I am not a naturalist and I am not a holistic doctor. I'm just an old preacher out here in the panhandle of of Texas that just knows some stuff. That's all. And I know it because I've searched it out. But what we need to do is to detox before we start anything. And the best detox that I have found is celery juice. Drinking celery juice every day on an empty stomach is an excellent, excellent detoxer. And it gets the body ready to receive the wonders that God has put on this planet to help take care of us. So fast. Now, I realize that some folks are hypoglycemic, diabetic. They can't go on a solid fast, and there are certain things that they can't eat or take in. So do your research, folks. Don't just take off and do. Hey, Pastor Dave said this, or Keith said this. Don't just take off and go do it. Find
Right.
out the information. Now, Keith mentioned alkalinity. Now, the alkalinity of the body is the part of the ability of the cellular structure of the body to resist or actually become inhabitable to viral bacterial infection. And so I found out about this and I decided, hey, man, I looked at that and man, we're looking at dollars. I'm talking about dollars to get some of the things that they talk about. And then when COVID-19 came along, I did a little dab of research and found out about the 1918 flu epidemic. And so one of the things that they began to find during that flu epidemic of 1918 was that a person would take 300 to 500 milligrams, or not milligrams, but grams, 300 to 500 grams of vitamin C a day. And I know about vitamin C. You get 5 or 7 or 8 grams of vitamin C. You're going to go get you a magazine and stay on the porcelain throne for a while. So 300 to 500 grams of vitamin C would have to be intravenous. You couldn't do it stomach wise. You couldn't tolerate it. And so I dug further and I dug further and I found out that what they did to get people over that epidemic or that pandemic was baking soda. And what I discovered about baking soda is that it elevates the alkalinity of the body. And in so doing, they were able to get people who were sick well 5 to 7 days sooner. And those that had not been infected never became infected. So when COVID-19 came along, I said, I'm going to put her to the test. And because I already determined I ain't wearing no mask and I'm not changing my normality, I'm going to be the way I am and going to stay that way. And we get looks. We get looks. We haven't had anybody get in our face about it yet. Oh, Samantha has. Okay.
I have too.
Okay. But I've never left the old normal and I'm not fixing to. But I don't what I want to do is help people understand you've got this in your kitchen. and a half a teaspoon of baking soda in a cup of water in the morning on an empty stomach. Now, a lot of people are intolerant
But
to.
when they did, they didn't feel very lucky, and they got away pretty quick.
No, all right. Uh, can bring the alkalinity of the body up to uh, above 7.5. Can bring it up above 7.2, 7.5. Now, Keith said that the normal body alkalinity is actually the normal body alkalinity is about 6.9 to 7.0. And that's zero. That's zero alkalinity, what they call neutral. So anything above neutral oxygenates the cellular body or the body's cellular structures to the point to where the viral crowns on the virus cannot attach itself to the cellular structure. So what? Now I have emphysema and COPD, so I am respiratory compromised already. So I figured, hey, I'm going to be a good test subject because I'm one of those that should be a statistic already. And
That's right.
Because folks that get this thing that have underlying symptoms already, most of them don't make it. So a lot of people tell me that, you know, some people have told me your days are numbered. I had one guy tell me that. I said, yes, they are. Until God pulls my number, there ain't nothing can kill me. And
That's right.
Anyway, baking soda, folks. Baking soda is a simple way. Now, another way that is real popular, and it does work, and that is
Pastor,
collodion. Yes, Keith.
can I just add something to that?
Sure.
You also, if you like, you can take a quarter teaspoon of the baking soda and add it to your coffee. That will help with the acidity in your coffee, and you'll also get the benefits of your baking soda.
Absolutely correct. You can actually add it to anything. Uh,
Yeah,
Now, I add it to uh, vitamin C, which is
right.
which makes it sodium ascorbate. Uh,
Right.
and sodium ascorbate is what that does is neutralizes the acidity of the not vitamin C, but the acidity of the citrus.
Right.
And so that makes it where it's not real strong. But that's the way I
Right.
do it. And
I have.
also,
Yeah.
go ahead, Keith.
I'm sorry. I have. I do that also with the sodium ascorbate, like you do. Not as often. Um, what I have is the chewable tablets that I use from Costco, Kirkland brand. I don't know how many people shop there, but I assume there's a few. And I think they work great. I mean, that's the ones I use and I take every day. Um, and I take up to 5,000 milligrams at one time. Anything above that, I'm no good for about an hour. And I'm 208 pounds, so it goes by body weight. So if you do take these, start off with a low dosage and figure out where your max is. That's what I have done. Um, Also, to let you know, is my kid's mom has been tested positive for COVID, and she's been sick about a week, lost sense of smell and everything. She's been taking the vitamin C with some plant-based powder I bought for her that has vitamin C, D3, zinc, and a bunch of types of mushrooms they add into these vitamins that help also with the sickness. And she took it for 3 days, and she's at, I believe, her 7th or 8th day right now, and she's feeling fantastic. So she's still sick, but these are the things that we can do to help cut the time of any sickness that we get. So I just wanted to let people know this.
Yeah, that's powerful. Now, another thing that was really popular and still is elderberry.
Yes.
Elderberry, if taken while you're still healthy, it helps. It helps your body resist the
Yeah,
infection.
maintenance. Yeah, maintenance dose of elderberry syrup once a day.
Hmm.
If you get sick, anywhere from 4 to 6 times a day, depending on your sickness and your, again, it goes by your tolerance for medicines and body weight and everything. So yeah, it's good stuff. I use it too.
Yes,
Make my own syrup sometimes.
absolutely. So my wife, she doesn't like any of the natural things, and so
True, I don't like your onion juice.
onion juice.
Onion juice, yeah, that's the onion, grapefruit, and ginger,
I don't like your
right?
honey juice.
That's good
Well,
stuff. Opens up the
that's
lungs.
another story. Yeah, the onion juice is another story. That's for breathing. But another that is real popular is colloidal silver, and colloidal
Yes.
silver uh, is I've never bought any of it, but it's kind of expensive as far as I can tell. Uh,
Oh, yes.
so I did my research and learned how to make my own. And so this is colloidal silver. Now it's in a wine jar, which protects it from sunlight. But I've heard a lot of people say that you're not supposed to take colloidal silver internally because they have all of these reasons why a person ought not take colloidal silver internally. Now, I also use colloidal silver in my nebulizer. When I really get lung problems, I'll put a teaspoon or so of colloidal silver in my nebulizer. And I'm telling you, that is wonders. And so, but anyway, I take colloidal silver internally. And so I'm going to do it here for you to see that it's safe.
I do the
And
same. Being you're doing that, Pastor, let me get mine.
uh, now this is colloidal silver that I made. Let me get it where the camera sees it good. There, it's in there. And I made this myself. And this is 15 parts per million colloidal silver. And this is I do this uh, all. I don't do it every day, but I do it often, which helps keep the cellular structure of the body from being infected. And so down the hatch. Now, if you've ever put coins in your mouth, that's kind of what it tastes like. And
Right.
so colloidal silver is another. And to make your own colloidal silver, now I have on my YouTube channel, on my Periscope archives, and on my Facebook page, I have the instructions of how and what you need to make homemade colloidal silver. All right, Keith.
Well, here's the stuff I bought and I use. Um, I did a little research, and this seems to be the better one so far. There could be a better one than this, since I've done the research on it. But it's Collidial Silver, and it's called Sovereign Silver. That's who makes it, and it comes in a bottle like this, up to 10 ounces. But it gets expensive, so um, you can purchase that, and it's in an eyedropper, and you just take it. And if you look at it, it just looks like it's water. And you put it under your tongue, hold it for 30 seconds, and then go ahead and swallow. And it does some great stuff for your immune system, and it's good for the kids. And you can take it as a maintenance dose, or you take it when you're sick a couple times a day. So there's many ways you can keep that immune system high and beat anything that's out there.
Absolutely. And so that's one of the keys is an optimum immune system. Now, a lot of people have been led to believe that a 1,000 milligram of vitamin C is the FDA recommended amount of vitamin C that a person needs. But in actuality, what they need is gut tolerance every day. Now, gut tolerance is where you start having to run to the throne. So
Yeah,
when we get to gut tolerance, that means we've got too much. And so, but a person needs now 1,000 milligrams is 1 gram, but a person needs anywhere between 8 and 10 grams of vitamin C a day. Now the FDA has it placed at that amount so that you take your vitamin C, remain sick, and stay hooked to big pharma. That is the
that's
deal
right.
with vitamins. Look into the vitamins because just like everything else, they lie to us to keep us connected to big pharma to make the big bucks.
That's correct.
So whenever you start getting loose from big pharma, they don't like it. Okay.
Yeah,
Uh, Now, the things that we can do for ourselves that really doesn't cost any money are not very many. So most of the time, you have to purchase things, and Keith does more of that than I do, and he has a lot of valuable information concerning different supplements and different ways to maintain good health. But we're 50 minutes, Keith, and so what I want to do is close out for now, and we'll
okay,
come back and do this from time to time as
sure.
we and I have some more things that I want to bring forward, but I think 50 minutes is plenty long enough. So everybody, thank you for joining, and we do appreciate each and every one of you. We want to say God bless you and God keep you. Uh, Pray for each other, for we're headed for perilous times. So
Amen.
keep yourself informed. That is one of the ways to defeat the system is keep yourself informed. And so, Keith, thank you for joining, and thank you for
Thank you for
uh,
having me, sir.
taking the time. And Strawberry's still having trouble over there on Twitter, but I think Twitter don't like.
Oh,
I don't think they like this kind of conversation.
no, they don't. They don't like us talking truth. But it's
Okay.
good to see everyone. Thanks for having me, Pastor. God bless you all, and see you next time.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.